And Neely, the stage is yours.
Okay, so thank you. In this session, we will give you more understanding about what's coming with the NDE, more about the timeline, what does it mean to do the transitions, and what do we prepare in order to help you planning your transitions accordingly. So we will try to gather all of the information with that. So as you can see, our agenda here is to update you first with the timeline, what's done so far, what is the status, also going to explain more about what's coming, the next milestone, which is will be manage general release and then later on general release for all. More about this rollout plan, registrations that will be open for the ones that will go first with the NDE UI. We will also go more in details to help you estimate and evaluate the transitions, to explain you more about what we call the Go NDE, the process of planning your transition. This is really a webinar that is targeted for existing Primo VE customer, and knowing that NDE UI is in the corner and what does it mean, what are the steps that you will need to take an action. This step will include also a demo that will help you to understand what will be the step that you can do in order to have an NDE view in parallel to your Primo V existing view, and how you can plan accordingly your resources and all. So we'll do a demo and explain the steps, and we'll also we'll share more updates, what's coming, even after the May release, what new features and functionality will be available. We'll share prototypes for that, and we will also introduce more webinars that will be part of this NDE series, anything that we are working and planning to help with much more knowledge for you to plan transitions accordingly. Okay, so we will start with this timeline and status, and I will let Emmanuel to uh, to give more details on that.
Yes, good day, everyone. So we have accomplished a lot in the past month, and we have been consulting a lot with different groups. Just going quickly over this, in the past, so starting in July 2024, we gave access to a user interface focus group to the NDE to review prototypes in their design phase and get feedback on testing from the different groups, feedback on the workflows. So this has been an ongoing feedback with regular meetings and suggested improvements and modifications from this group. Then in November, a customization advisory group was created, again working with the product department and the engineering department. They were working on the user interface, testing the customization capabilities, the advanced customization. And again, this was with a regular feedback to get the best of the consultation with this group. Then in February this year, we started a working group with early adopters who got the NDE activated on their platforms. Early adopters who have a plan, some of them to launch at the end of the summer. This includes existing customers, so libraries already on Primo VE and already are already on Primo VE, and some libraries implementing Primo now, implementing Alma and Primo, and going directly live with the NDE in July and September. In March, so a couple of weeks ago, we provided access to a generic trial environment. So this is a front end only access. The purpose of this access is to see what the NDE looks like and to that is going to help with the planning. So a little more than 100 libraries have access to this generic environment. We created patron credentials so that the libraries could see the patron area. And the idea is to see also the new functionalities when they are coming, because this is a user interface that is still in development. New functionalities are coming every month. The access has been opened 2 weeks ago. There will be 2 surveys for feedback. One survey was sent yesterday, the other will be sent in April. And we are doing a webinar on March 31 to go over the questions and feedback that was raised, that will be raised in the first survey. On the right side of the deck here of the presentation, you can see what's happening currently on the generic environment. We have installed Mixpanel on this generic environment. Mixpanel is the analytics for the NDE. And so we can see the activity. We can see if the libraries are doing searches. So this is what happened since the access was opened. So you can see a peak of activity, of course, when the access was created, but there are still ongoing quite a lot of searches every day to test the generic environment. You can move to the next slide, please, Neely.
Yeah. Yes.
The next milestone, the next step, is the managed general release. So general release, general availability for some customers. Because we know a lot of you are interested to implement, and because we know that some libraries are planning to launch soon, because also the NDE interface still has some functionalities in development, functionalities that may be required for some libraries. We have decided to provide more focused attention in the coming months for a limited period of time to the libraries which need or want to go live by March 2026. So those libraries who are looking at the roadmap, at the functionality, and yes, you can go to that link, please, Neely. So looking at the functionalities coming in May, June, July, September, the libraries who think that those functionalities are fulfill their needs for a launch on the NDE can register. We will activate the NDE on their platform. So there is a link in this deck here that we will share, and we will also send this link in email. You can see on the right the form with the questions that we are asking. We want to know, of course, the name of your institution and a contact, and we want to know your intent for go live. Obviously, if a blocker appears after we have started working together on the NDE, this is not a firm commitment to go live with the NDE. We're not going to push you to launch if something doesn't work for you. But the idea is that if we are starting this work together in May, it is because you're intending to launch by March 2026. So that's why we're asking this question in this form. And we're also asking if you checked the roadmap, because here the idea is that we know some functionalities are still coming, and we know that for some of you, it would be a problem to launch. So we want to make sure that the functionality, the existing functionalities are enough, as far as you can tell from the information that we provide. We're asking if you're a member of a consortium or not. This has an impact on how we structure the mixed panel analytics. That's why we're asking. And then we're asking if you have questions or concerns. Of course, we will get back to you on those. For the libraries registering for that activation, we will be in touch and let you know when we activate. We want to give access very quickly to those libraries so that they have enough time for preparation. So the activation will be either in May or in June. It will be activated quickly. Can you go to the next slide, please, Neely?
Yes.
And the next phase after that is availability for all. So the managed general availability is not a self activation. We would activate the NDE on your systems. The general release for all in November is self-service. At that stage, we will activate NDE on all platforms, and the libraries will be able to create their views when they want and prepare them when they want and switch when they want. It's a self-switch. So at that stage, most functionalities will be available on the NDE. And we have documented the steps. We're still working on this documentation. Of course, this is a work in progress, because as we go through the activation and the implementation and the customization process with the early adopters, we're adding more to those steps. We are also creating frequently asked questions to assist you with all the questions and difficulties encountered during the customization, the implementation of the NDE. And we're adding more guidance documents to this. So again, as we go through this process with the early adopters group, we are refining those steps, because we always find questions, things that seemed clear for us that are not clear for the libraries, or difficulties that had not appeared when we were testing this internally.
Okay.
To you, Neely.
Yeah. So thank you, Emmanuel. So this is all about the steps and the milestone of the managed general release and the general release. And now I would like to more explain what does it means to transition to the NDE UI, what things remain the same, what things have more impact and need your attention and work. So we've prepared this and these slides to help you focus. So we build the Go NDE process. We are calling the transition Go NDE in a way, thinking as much as we can to utilize and leverage existing configuration. So the smooth to the NDE UI will be the transition to the NDE UI will be as much as we can smooth and transparent for you, and knowing that there are areas that require more your attention, and we will emphasize that one. We would like to let you know to think on the transition to the NDUI as a UI shift, as an UI upgrade, and emphasize that if you already have a view configuration set up, For instance, you've already think carefully of what facet you want to introduce to your patrons, or what is the structure of the request forms, and what is your Ferber or dedupe preferred configuration. As much as we can, we are utilizing this view configuration. So if you are going to start working on NDE by duplicate an existing Primo VE view into your existing Primo VE view to an NDE view, all of those configuration will be utilized. Of course, while we develop, also there will be addition configuration and additional enhancement as we, while design, review your ideas and try to think how to improve. But for a good starting point, you will be able to duplicate existing view to NDE view, and your view configuration will carry over to this NDE view. It's give you a good starting point, and now you will be able to go ahead and explore and see what new things and if you want to change. So this is the way that we designed and utilize existing view configuration. So this we put that as green, like remain the same, require a bit less attention from you and giving you a good starting point. More things to emphasize. All of the things, all of the data workflow, all of the tools and knowledge and that you already gained while you are working in Primo VE, managing and defining the way your PNX, your Primo records look like. All of those workflows that you are managing in Alma for your existing Primo VE view remains the same. So that means that all discovery related data, the PNX records, the local resource type that you define, the local fields that you define, adjustment that you've made to normalization rules, data that you have loaded through the discovery import profiles, all of this data still remain the same and will be reflected while you set up your NDE view. You will be able to start from that good starting point. So the data is being indexed. We are still remaining with the same search index, with the same solar index, the same fields that you have defined. So it's all remains the same and will be reflected now in another way in this NDE UI view. So this is to emphasize what things are really will be familiar and are the same, and what is the effort that yours require. On the right hand, we put things that will drive your attention while you are shifting to the NDE UI. So one thing to mention here is there is an impact on customization, unfortunately, since we did this upgrade to the technology, moving from AngularJS into Angular. Your existing customizations will not carry over because of this technology. A jump upgrade, but it also, well, going into another NDE UI, you will also need to evaluate again your customization needs, because if the UI changes, even the hooks in the UI where you choose to add things are changing. And if you choose to collapse or expand things in the full display, now we are giving such a capability in configuration. So we suggest to go ahead, learn what new configuration we are offering, because we have reviewed things that you tend to customize more often and try to put it also as customization. So while we say there is an impact on customization, we are inviting you to go ahead, revisit again your customization, and knowing that there is work in that area. The minimal effort will be, of course, to brand your logo, to brand the UI to look your site's logo, images, defining the home page, and I will do a demo for that. Just the thing to make it look from you, and we done things that will be very simple for you to very quickly adjust the interface to your need. And of course, if you already have it customized and create your own custom component, you will need to download the new NDE customization package that is based on Angular, and you will need to revisit that. We will also touch in that presentation also what does it mean if I have already integrated other vendors. We'll also touch that in the upcoming slide. So this is one impact. Another impact is, of course, this analytics shift that we have talked about. We are going to provide you with a new analytics platform. It's called Mixpanel. While you are onboarding with the NDE UI, all of the data that will be sent from the NDE UI, from the application, will be sent to Mixpanel if you choose to, if you are enabling it. So once you will start to do the transition and you create an NDE view on your production, once you enable the Mixpanel and also submit a case for us to give you access to Mixpanel, you will start right immediately to see the data that is being aggregated in Mixpanel from you. What else does it mean? That it means that you will have a new Mixpanel analytics platforms. We will ask you to register to get access for that. It means that you will still have access to your analytic historic data through the OBI. And it's very you need to understand that we are not planning to do a migration from OBI into Mixpanel, because the count is a bit different and you can learn more, and we will feed you with information to explain how this is different. So as I mentioned, to summarize, you can utilize your view configuration. You can remain the same with the data workflow. We will invite you to explore more on what's the new configuration. There is an impact on customizations. We will show you the various options to make it easy on the shift, and you will enjoy a new analytics and very powerful platform using Mixpanel. Now, I'd like to go over the steps, and I will quickly also do it in the Primo VE. We'll do a short demo to explain you how very quickly you will be able to start and have NDE view working. We are doing that in order to help you estimate where to focus and evaluate the time, so you can think, if you want to register by March 26, what is the effort that is required from you and what are the tools and steps that you will need to do. So while you are thinking on the transition, the first thing you will need to do is in the enablement. You will be able to go ahead, create or duplicating NDE view. If you choose to duplicate, you're starting from a good starting point. It's important for us to emphasize that if you work on production environment, you will be able to have side by side your NDE view along with your existing live production Primo VE view, and there should be no impact on your existing and live production. So you can set up a new NDE view on top of your production in parallel. I will do that. I want to go over the step and do it with you, so you will see that powerful. I'm going into Alma. Let's go. Into the discovery, configure view, and I have now my Primo VE view. Once we enable you the NDE, well, you will activate NDE for you in the view list. What you will be able to see is you will be able to see your existing Primo VE, and you will have a new column in the view list where it said mention NDE. Now, if example, this is my default view and live view, I would like to go ahead and set up a new NDE view based on that. So I can start with all of my setup already working. So once we'll activate NDE for you, while you click on on Primo VE view, you will see a new option called duplicate for NDE. I'm now about to duplicate that, and I will call it NDE demo. Okay, I'll duplicate for NDE now, and now you can see that a new view and the column of NDE is being enabled. And if I go to view here, it will lead me to the NDE. If I go to my existing, it will lead me to the view. Let's see what does it mean. So I'll go to my view. Since I am in development environment, we don't have HTTPS. Let me fix that. I want to drive your attentions. If you want to have NDE, there is a new path in the URL. It will call NDE and not discovery as you have today. So as I said, the go to view will lead me to the NDE path, and go to view here for Primo V will lead me to the discovery. So let's see again. Let me just do that. So this is my existing Primo VE view, okay, with the discovery, and this is my NDE view. So you can see now this is the landing page on page of NDE. And while I'm searching, you will be able to go ahead and compare. Same menu links will be duplicate, and there will be also we are utilizing your existing customization, or maybe I didn't. Okay, so we are utilizing here your configuration, if it's a Fairbear or all of that. And actually, with this duplicate option, let's go back to I already have a view in parallel in my so-called production that I can start exploring. So the next phase is for me to go ahead and review documentation. We are giving you some kind of overview of the NDE interface. We'll share what is new in looking from the front-end side, like a new drop-down now that you don't have to customize the drop-down languages. It's already over there for you. A new configuration for the user area menu, the relocation of the search scope to be here. So you will be able to go ahead, advanced search in the site and explore what is new. Facet on the top and quick filters. So we're giving you two options to look at that of what's new from the front end, and also down there below there will be also from the configure view section. Sorry for from the configure view section, what was changed. So you can easily go ahead through the view configuration and see in which section what new configuration is being utilized. So this is about now. I have the setup. I can go ahead, start testing, and I can go ahead, review new things, and also explore what is coming to see. Because if I set up now, I set up my view, but as the view duplicate my journal search menu link, journal search is coming in June or July. So I can, while I'm working, starting from May or June, I will wait for the journal search to be activated. So we know that by August or by September, most of the functionality that you have here will be already available for you, but we are giving you this step, review the configuration, and review new things, and also explore upcoming, perform your testing, and you're right to go, and also give us feedback from now on. Next step that we also offer you is go ahead, activate your mix panel. At the moment, mix panel is very dynamic. Every search you will do, you will see it immediately in mix panel. There is a configuration for you to enable mix panel, and you will also need to fill up a form and opens the a support case for us. So we'll give you admin user for mix panel. So this is really easy step, and you have mix panel already on your production for your NDE view. So this is I'm starting in a good point. I have an NDE view, I'm testing it, and I'm exploring, and very soon I can share. The next slide that I would like to share more is about the branding. as we said, there is an impact on customization. Let's see what we are offering. There are all kind of sites that are heavily customized, and sites that are doing the branding and also integration with vendor. Let's start with the simple one. Branding the NDE UI. Of course, while you are getting the NDE UI, you want it to look like your site. So you will be able to very easily customize the logo, adjust the theme. We will not have Primo Studio, but we are adding through Alma option with one click to choose one of the selected themes. You can, as today, replace any icon in SVG format, and you, of course, to design the homepage. So I would like to do that kind of demo for you, and then later on I will talk about the integration with vendor, what direction, and advanced configuration. Okay, so what we'll do now is going into the manage, going into my view, okay, my NDE view here to the manage customization. You can see now that we give with one click an option to set up the color theme. So as our design is it should be a V here, is the purple now. I will change it to the green. So just before I'm changing, you can see instead of having my primary color, the purple, and then from that now on, we have a set of theme, color palette that is affected from the primary key. I'm choosing the green one. I will click here on save, and with one click, if I refresh, I'm changing my NDE to be here, to have all of the color affected from that point. If I'll go here, you can see that things. The next thing is the effect of the green. So green is very positive. The next thing that we'd like to set is we'd like to go ahead and change the home background, the home background. You can see here the logo, and also design the home page to match to the link that I'd like to have. In order to do that, you will be asked to download a new customization template. A new customization template. I already download it. I'd like to go ahead and so once you're downloading, you will get a zip of template package. You will open that. You will get a view code, and you will have in the assets folder option to start change CSS if you want. Design the homepage. What does it mean? You will give you a structure of this HTML, and you will need to link it. You can also have this CSS, and you will need to also to feed here the homepage, the image here. So the content, the CSS style for that, and the homepage, very easily you can do it here. Let's go over. So I've prepared, and you will be able also to replace other images like logo and all of that. I've already prepared for the NDE demo, and I will show you what I intend to do. I'm going to share with you that if you already, I'm going to change the logo to be the Clarivate one. And if you already custom and use not our default icon, as today you can use the same. If you want to choose another default thumbnail, you can do it very easily here. I'm going to also share with you that I'm changing in the icon of the search icon and any icon. But the home page, yeah, I'm going to share with you the homepage background is going to be our office images, and I also edit the homepage HTML. I also edit the homepage HTML to reflect and reduce something and change the links over there. So this is really a simple one. In order to be able to customize it, as you require, you will need to set up the view code here. I'm zipping whatever I did, and in very few steps, in really a few steps, I'm going to zip, and here I have a package that is ready with my logo to go ahead and upload here a customization package that affects the branding. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so what you can see here, that the theme color is green as I did. The logo was customized. I replaced the homepage background to reflect our office. It doesn't catch my NDE title. And I can edit this one. And if I show more and will search for books, if I'll search for books that don't have a cover, it will show that I've changed the book icon. I've already changed the search icon. So in very few steps, I'm having NDE view, and I also have the branding. If the sites look like me. Now we know you also integrate with other vendors. Uh, with other vendors. So now it depends. If you have vendor that integrated, like things the SpringShare chat, it's not hooked to any element in the screen, you will be able to upload it in the JavaScript. You can see here, I also added to the JavaScript the chat from SpringShare. It works because it doesn't hook to any, it doesn't need to be after the available online. It hooked to the browser on the right corner here, so you will have a JavaScript to edit. Any other integration that requires to hook into a specific location on the page. I'd like to have a stack map in my location. I'd like to have lip key under the available online. What we are going to work with vendors, but it will be, we created the infrastructure. The infrastructure is the ability to add external add-on via configuration in Alma. But this is pending the collaboration of other vendors that will have developed a custom module. Their code, chat or their addition to the on top of Primo, they will need to develop it, host it on their server, and let you guidelines how to edit here. What we are giving them an option to feed their custom module with configuration and call their URL. And if it's valid, we will load it to the front end. So this is a concept that we are working. We already in collaboration with Fairdown on SpringShare and Stackma. So this is one step. Another customization, if you choose to customize and create component, if you've done that in Primo VE now, you can do it also on top of the NDE UI. You will need to download from the GitHub the new customization development environment, and you can start based on Angular develop your own custom model. So this is all of the various options that we are offering, and this I think that knowing all of those options, this will help you to estimate your resources and the timeline of the project of shifting to the NDE UI. More things. After you've done all of that, there will be the step of go live. What does it mean? The go live is set up per view level. You can work in, if you have several view or in Primo VE, you can choose to start with one view, duplicate it to NDE view and go to live with that, while the others can remain with Primo VE until you decide to go live with them. So you also need to know that it's view level. So if you already set up the view, brand it, test it, you are okay with it, ready to go live, we will give you on the view level the one-time option to do this switch to live. Once you are clicking and confirming that this button will not appear anymore. The meaning of the switch to live is you will have the ability to choose to map all of your traffic from your existing Primo VE view into the new NDE view. That means if you already save permalinks or you have save searches existing, once you switch to live, you can choose from which Primo VE view to redirect the traffic, and now all the traffic will be to your NDE view and redirect to that. So you have the option to choose which Primo VE to redirect the traffic or not. If you set up a new view from Music Library, you can do it also. So this is the go live step. Of course, once all of your views are NDE, post go live, you can decide to work only in NDE mode and see all your NDE views and not view. You will open a case and we will make your environment only NDE mode. So this is all of the steps that can help you to plan the transitions. And of course, all will be documented under the Go NDE folder, and we will enrich it more and more with more answer to your questions. Now, before we'll go into questions about the process and all of that, I also wanted to let you know more things that are coming, more prototypes to share. So more things. This is we are working now developing the journal sets that will be available June or July. So this is how the journal sets will look like. In the NDE UI, you will have the option to either search for journal in the title or the A to Z, as you can see here, or the category. And this is how it look like while you have a search results, also containing the quick filter, the quick top availability filter on the top, the option to sort. So you can see this is how journal search prototype look like. If you activate the link data, related person will be here on the right side. We will show more up to 3 related person. If there are more, a side panel will be open to allow the user to explore more. And the link here will navigate it to a dedicated person page. Even simplifying the other workflows, request workflows. I think in June we'll also offer a very more intuitive booking request form. Today, the option to check the available booking request is not so convenient. Now we are offering you to go ahead and choose the start date. In purple, you see the days that these are available. So once clicking on one of them, you will be able to pick up the available slot. So even simplifying such workflows is coming. Resource recommender will look like that on top of the search results and navigating with the arrows. There are more. And more things. This is a list of the ideas that while we are working and designing the NDE UI, we looked also on your ideas and we have embedded those into the NDE UI. So once you will have the NDE UI, we'll go ahead and enjoy also the implementation of this idea. What's more? We will conduct a lot of webinars on the NDE UI as much as we can to help you with the shift. And from now on, we will also mention that in our quarterly. So next webinar for you to join is the What's New in Primo that is planned for April 7. We'll show you new things in Primo VE in my release and also more updates on the NDE UI will be included. We are also going to have on May 13 from our training team more information about the NDE UI, so you can also register to that to learn more on that. And I think now it's really a good time for all of your questions. I'd like to see. Just a second. I want to go open to see the questions. Emmanuel, do you manage to see questions that were asked so I can? I'm losing my sharing.
If you go to, okay, so
Where is just a second? I'd like
I see no question at this
no
stage.
question.
There is
There are about 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you want me to choose a few?
Yeah, if you can read, I don't know why I can't see now the Q&A.
I see the chat, but no, not the questions.
Will our existing permalinks be redirected to NDE view after the switch? I'm
Yes.
assuming so, but just checking.
Yes, once you go and choose the switch to live, you can redirect from the traffic from existing to your NDE view, and it will work on view level.
Okay, another one is what percentage of CDI data is retrievable in the test environment at this time?
We recommend to work on the NDE on production, so it's not working on test. So you will have the feeling you can experience same search results in the UI in parallel to your Primo V existing, so you can do the all of those compare. As I mentioned, the search, the query to the search engines are really the same. So um, not you won't need to deal with questions of the test data, CDI test data while you are doing that. You will search against your against your CDI. Yeah.
About add-on, is there a limit how many add-ons can be added to view?
There is no limit for that. We may think to restrict to a specific selector of specific hooks. It's based on production performance, but at the moment there is no limit for that. And I just want to emphasize today we presented in the Primo Studio an add-ons approach where you are going into Primo Studio and you can download add-on. I think that the add-on from the Alma configuration will be a better use. And there should not be limit. The limit is the willingness of vendors to add such as add-ons prepared for you, so you as a library will be as any library staff could very easily integrate add-ons from on top of Primo in as a configuration. You don't have to be a developer for that. It's also opportunity for the community to create central and common add-ons, host them on host them somewhere and then use it cross. So it's also opportunity for the community. Yeah.
Just a second. We cannot yet determine if we will be able to migrate to the NDE by March 2026. If so, does that mean we will have to wait until November of this year to be able to set our library's catalog data into the NDE test environment and try it out?
Yes, we are thinking if you don't have a concrete timeline, that is really soon to go ahead and initiate ND view and test planning to go live, we suggest for you to check the available NDE release plan, see if it's met. I think that we recognize that library have a certain times slot in a year during semester breaks to go ahead and do the switch. If you don't have a concrete timeline, it means your project of the NDU UI can last for 2 years. We recommend and we are creating those steps to help you focus your work, focus your efforts. We show you it's going to be quickly setup, and then it's all pending on your testing and your way and option how to integrate and it to and market it to your library and to your patron a new interface. I know there are a lot of processes in the library that you are doing. So in order to help you focus your effort and talent, we eventually want to see you telling us, I switched to the NDUI within 2 months, less than 2 months. I just showed you that the way we build it, you can very easily go ahead, initiate a view. But what we are going to do this, we don't want it to be your project to last forever. If you don't have a concrete timeline, start from November, where more things will be available for you, and then plan to do it in the summer of 26 or but we recommend to be, when you think you see the NDE UI, treat it as a project in order to to succeed, go live and plan for that. We do want to work and to open and activate the NDE for the ones that have the options to go live by March 26.
Okay, another question about the add-on. Is there a field to input path to module? Is there a field to input path to module?
Yes, there is a configuration there that you will be able to upload a configuration in JSON format, and then you will be able to provide to the module that parameter. So for instance, there is a vendor is writing a generic add-on, and but you want to know which library, you want to have a specific setup for each library. This, and the vendor can ask you to fill in a configuration file where you choose your parameter, a specific parameter. So there is an option to upload, there is an option to, yeah, there will be option to provide add-on configuration file. We promise to pass it to the custom module of the vendor. So you can choose, there is an option to do that.
Okay. There is a question here. We are part of a consortium in New Zealand. We prefer to move to NDE UI during summer break, June, July. Is 2026 June, July is suitable timing to migrate? Is it necessary for the whole consortium to migrate together at the same time?
It's really a matter of your consortia policy. We know that we have member of consortia that are more independent and they can go live and switch. They can go live and switch before, and not as all in one. The only thing you need as a consortia to consult on is regarding the mixed panel setup. We are giving consortia two options, either to work as if each institution is independent and have their own analytics and analytics admin that will have it, or for consortia to also have a central view on all of the traffic on the consortia. So there'll be questions on how to set up the mixed panel that you will need to advise with your consortia, but once this is decided, that you can go ahead and launch. And yes, in June 26 is a good time for you to move. Let us know. We do expect a lot of customer moving on the summer of 26. We know that a lot of customer will move, and we are looking forward to see it. Yeah.
And just to confirm, you can switch to live view per view. So if you have several libraries, one can launch in June and the others in August. This is technically totally possible.
Okay, I wanna make it till the end, so we'll answer all the questions. How can we request to test Drive NDE in our premium sandbox? How can we request to test Drive NDE in our premium sandbox?
It's so, as we explained, we are giving NDE access on production at the moment. From November, there will be an option to do it on production and sandbox. The Go NDE process that we are recommending is to work on production. At the moment, we're not giving it, we're not opening for just as a test. We are focusing to help the first one go live. So if, as I mentioned, if you don't plan to do NDE UI in this year, we recommend you to wait for November to go ahead and test it as you wish.
Okay. We want to do testing in PSB because we have done some customization using Angular JS.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a question.
No,
or-
yeah, one of the, you will need to, even if you're working on production, your option to upload, it's a different customization. You can also upload a new customization, the ND customization on your view in production. As I mentioned, you will be able from November to test it also on the sandbox and production.
I think we have two more that we didn't answer. For analytics, shift from OBI to Mixpanel, if we have built reports and dashboards on OBI, will they migrate to Mixpanel? Or we
No.
need to build new reports and dashboards all over again?
So we are feeding you with dashboards. We are feeding you with dashboard and reports. So you have a new project in Mixpanel setup. You will already have out of the box, and you will need to rebuild. If you don't like and you want to, you can start from our and go ahead, duplicate it and adjust them. I'd like also to share that in Mixpanel there will be two projects that you can choose to have access to. It will be a community and OTB. So whenever we are creating a new boards, we will put them on this community boards, community project for you to go ahead and duplicate it into your project. We are also inviting the community to create boards and share it in these community boards for others to use. So yeah, but there is no migration, no reports and no data migrations from OBI to Mixpanel.
Okay. And the last question, choose basic colors for the NDE UI within Alma settings. I suppose
Yeah.
there will be an option for custom color. And can you also do this via the custom CSS by yourself?
So yeah, so this is the out of the box that we create. If there are a specific common color that you want us to add, we will glad to add that. Let us know. Otherwise, any custom color, more advanced way to custom the branding will be through the full customization. There is a specific way how to generate that you can also do things from custom CSS, but if you want to generic, we will publish an instruction how to do it. It may require you to download this NDE customization to do that because the way the themes are being compiled and generate in the Angular material free. So it will require more advance. But also let us know if you would like to add a specific one here. If there are a lot of requests for more and more specific, we can enrich it. Let us know.
Okay. I think these are all the questions. I hope I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really great questions, and we will have more session like this in the future. And thank you for joining and asking that. And don't forget to register. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Enav.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.